If you feel emotional shifts instantly, that's not weakness, and it's not you being too sensitive or dramatic. It's something your brain has been quietly practicing for a long time, picking up changes before words even appear, noticing tone, posture, silence, energy, and micro reactions that most people unconsciously filter out. And psychology says this ability often develops in people who learned early to read emotional environments for safety, connection, or understanding, which means what? Feels exhausting today may actually be a form of deep emotional intelligence working in the background. At its core, noticing everyone's mood instantly comes from heightened emotional attunement, where your brain is wired to scan social signals automatically. Research in social neuroscience shows that some people process emotional information faster and more deeply, especially through mirror neuron systems, making them highly responsive to subtle changes in facial expression, voice, and behavior. So what feels like, "I just feel it," is actually your nervous system doing advanced pattern recognition. Your brain constantly runs something called emotional forecasting, meaning it predicts how people might feel next based on tiny cues. And this happens before logic even turns on, which is why you often sense tension in a room before anyone speaks or feel a shift in someone's mood before they admit it. Psychology explains that this comes from high social perception, where your mind links past emotional experiences to present signals, creating fast, intuitive awareness that looks almost instinctive. Research also shows that people with high empathy have more active mirror neuron networks, which means your brain subtly mirrors others' emotional states, letting you understand what someone feels without them explaining it. This doesn't mean you absorb emotions because you're weak. It means your brain is highly responsive to emotional information, like a finely tuned antenna picking up FR. Another reason you notice moods so quickly is attentional sensitivity. Your focus naturally scans people instead of just tasks or noise. You notice pauses, eye contact changes, energy drops, or tension shifts, and psychology calls this social monitoring, a skill linked to self-awareness and adaptability. It helps you adjust how you speak, when to stay quiet, and when to support, even if you don't consciously plan to do any of it. Your brain also uses something called pattern learning, where repeated emotional experiences get stored as templates. Over time, you start recognizing emotional patterns the same way someone recognizes faces or melodies. So when someone's behavior slightly breaks their normal pattern, your brain flags it instantly. This is why you often just know when something is off even without evidence. And research shows this kind of intuitive processing can be surprisingly accurate. Many people who notice moods deeply also